How's it going, everyone? So I want to do my impressions for Ghost Recon Wildlands. I had the chance to play the game for about 20-25 minutes over at E3 2016. I stood in line, in the longer line over at the Ubisoft booth, which took about an hour and a half, to be honest, to actually play this game. I could have actually went to the Xbox area, and they actually had that game playable over there. I wouldn't have had to wait that long, but I wanted to play the PC version and make sure I got like the best possible, frame rates and visuals to sort of get an understanding of what this game was going for. Now, if you haven't heard, Ghost Recon Wildlands is going to have a single-player offline mode. This is not a cooperative-only experience. However, it poses the question of whether this game is going to be fun playing it by yourself. There's a lot of games that sort of have a co-op focused element, and they'll let you play through it single player, but the AI is usually terrible, and the game just isn't as fun as it would have been if you were just doing it cooperatively. Now, I'm not that familiar, to be honest with you, with the Ghost Recon series. The only Ghost Recon game I played was the Future Soldier one, and I actually own Advanced Warfighter 1 and 2, I believe it was. Ghost Recon Advanced Warfighter, 1 and 2. I own those two on Xbox 360, I just have yet to play them. And that being said, I sort of went into it with an open mind and tried to get what they were going for. Now, this is the largest open world that Ubisoft has ever built for, any of their games. This is larger than Watch Dogs, it's larger than any open world game, larger than Far Cry, any open world game that they created. This has the largest world in it. And the visuals are actually pretty damn good. I was running it on a GeForce GTX 1080, probably at 1080p to be completely honest with you. And I didn't really think they had all the graphics maxed out, but the draw distance was relatively good, and the visuals itself were just really nice. And the game handled actually pretty well under the optimization stuff, the current build that it was running at. Now, the demo that I got to play, they actually forced us to do a cooperative demo, and they basically walked us through the entire stage with the developer and 3 of us, right? And so I was partnered up with the developer, and he was telling me and giving me directions on what to do and things like that. The shooting mechanics are very snappy, and they're actually really well done. I was actually surprised how satisfying it is. It feels tactical, and it also feels very precise. Like, you have a lot of control there for your weapons, so that's also something really to keep in mind, is that you can go into this game guns blazing if you truly want to. However, there's usually tons of enemies. In the demo that I got to play, we basically went up to a hill and surveyed an outpost. We had to get some intel, and one team went left and one team went right, and we had to do synchronized sniper shots and basically sneak in and grab the data. And then it turned out that we alerted some guys, and we basically had to get out of there, and it was big car chase and all this cool stuff. And so it was cool. It's not as epic as I'm making it to sound right now, but it is fun, and everything handled really nice, and you do work with your friends in a very cooperative and tactical way. Again, I'm still worried about the single player experience here, because the AI has to be good enough, and then there's a lot of that tactical type of style gameplay that's going to be lost when you're not playing live with friends. Now, at the same time, having a co-op only game is really going to hurt it, to be quite honest, because a lot of people don't have schedules that line up perfectly with when they want to play. A lot of people get the game on multiple platforms, different platforms, and there's also server issues, and Uplay, or I guess it's called Ubisoft Club now, is not the best, service at the moment. It's not the most stable, the most consistent. So that being said, I really am, I'm worried about the single player experience, but from what I played, I liked it. And exploring this world is going to be incredible. They have tons and tons of different type of locations. It takes place in Bolivia, but there's different regions throughout it. There's different weather conditions and things like that, and you have like deep jungles, you have more urban areas, you have like icy mountains and stuff like that, and it's just it's quite amazing, you know, to see like the different variety and things like that. We couldn't obviously explore the whole map. It was a very controlled demo that we got to play, but just looking at the map itself, you can see it's incredibly large and incredibly detailed, and you can go about it in pretty much any way that you want. The developers said that they basically want you to choose a target. You have a bunch of targets. They want you to choose a target, go after that target, and that's going to sort of move the story along. Now, you can go in and try to kill your target just by, you know, taking them out. You can go in and interrogate them and actually extract them for information, or you could basically set them up for failure, and in which case, like the big bosses from this drug cartel that's going on right now in the country, they come in and they sort of just, you know, take care of the enemies for you. And it's very interesting how that dynamic works out, and that's something I'm very much looking forward to playing. So, Ghost Recon Wildlands, I enjoyed my demo. I liked the way it played. It was very smooth, it was very responsive, and so I can give it a thumbs up in terms of you know, how it played. It also looked pretty damn good. I can't honestly say in good confidence that I was running it on the highest possible settings. There were some, you know, bland textures here and there. That may be a result of probably the alpha build that I was playing, but the graphics, for what they are, look really impressive, you know. And all Ubisoft games sort of look pretty. They'll pay really close attention to detail, and then downgrade them right before the game comes out. So I'm hoping that this game actually does end up looking as good as you know, what I played, and also what you guys saw, you know, in the trailers and whatnot. So I'm hoping that also the story is interesting. Keep in mind, it's sort of, they sort of go with this what if scenario. A drug cartel sort of swoops into Bolivia where there's no real power or anything like that, and they basically take over the entire country, and you're sent in, your team is sent in to basically eliminate the drug cartel presence in Bolivia and restore the country to great, you know, to greatness and things like that. So I'm hoping it ends up being very very interesting, and you know, I'm not expecting an emotional story with your friends, of course, because it's a cooperative campaign. Usually there's no character development with cooperative games, but if it can just provide like an enjoyable experience, and especially I think the selling point is going to be able to go in and actually complete missions how you want, and it's sort of like Hitman in that respect. You have that freedom to sort of eliminate your targets how you see fit. You can go in there and make them probably kill themselves by accident, make it look like an accident. You can go in there and just straight up shoot them. You could just eliminate them silently, or like I said, you can set them up for failure. So overall, I'm looking forward to playing Ghost Recon Wildlands when the full game releases in March, and I liked what I played at E3 2016. I just hope that in terms of the single player experience, we can get a very, it can be equally as fun and rewarding for those of us who don't want to play online, and those of us who don't have friends who can play with us online at the specific times that we need them to, and really make this a fun and rewarding experience for everyone, both cooperative and just offline single player. So, alright guys, thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you guys have any more questions regarding Ghost Recon Wildlands, you guys can just let me know, and I'll do my best to answer them in the comments. And I'll catch you later. Thanks.